Hello. So for today's video, we're going to be looking at the software that's just been launched for the Cosmic Byte CBJK16 Firefly. I'll show you how to set it up, how you find it first of all, and then set it up, and then the different features that are available. This will be a bit more in depth and a bit longer than usual because a lot of people had a lot of queries about my previous videos and needed a little bit more of a detailed and in-depth guide and instructions for how to use that app. So this video could be a bit longer, but watch it carefully and thoroughly if you want to see how to get used to that app. So the way you download it is just go on Cosmic Byte's website. Here, find the CBJK60. It's available here, but if it does not show up for you, then you can also go on the gaming keyboards. And here it is. Now, like I mentioned in my previous video, they did say in the question section, they answered a question saying that the software for the Firefly will be released in approximately 2 weeks. So it has been around 2 weeks, and if you scroll here it is. They have said that the software is available. This reply was literally yesterday. So just scroll down here in the get help section. Here it is, download drivers. This is the link itself, the text download drivers. Just click on it. It will lead you to a Dropbox site. Now find the keyboard. Here it is, CBJK16. And this is the Firefly. This is the firmware update in case you wanted to update the firmware of the keyboard. You do not need to, I think you don't need to update the firmware just to use the software. That's not necessary. But I do have a video on this, check that out if you want to know how to update the firmware. So here, let's go back to this, click on the software zip file. Here, download, direct download. Obviously, it will download it as a compressed file, so you will need to extract it. Open the file manager, go in downloads. This is where it is. Right click, extract all. I prefer extracting it right where the compressed file is, so just click extract. It should be pretty quick, and it's done. It will automatically open the folder for you, but if it doesn't, just check here, it should be right there. Now Windows may try and prevent you from running this app, like it shows here, Microsoft Defender Smart Screen prevented an unrecognized app from starting. This is because this is a third-party app and Microsoft has never come across this because this is such a niche app. It's only for people who buy Cosmic Byte stuff, right? So Microsoft hasn't added this to its list of safe apps, which is why Defender is trying to protect you from this. But don't worry about it. It is a safe app. Just click run anyway. Click yes. Here it is. Create a desktop shortcut. So you will need to disable your antivirus. I'm only using Defender, so that's the screen that came up for me. But if you're using McAfee or some other third-party antivirus, then make sure you disable it before starting this procedure. Click install. Finish. Now I did create a shortcut here, so just click on it. Click yes, and the app should just start. It does have some weird animations and all. So what you heard just now, that odd music and those sound effects, was just this app. It does make that sound, etc. I prefer to turn it off because it's quite annoying. Here are the settings. You can change the language, change the background as well of the app, which is unnecessary, but it's a good addition. The color of the text, the size, etc., the brightness. That's the settings. So yeah. So here we can look at the different functions. So the first one available to us is setting the key, any given key, to a certain function if you want. So say if I want to set the M key as a mute function, just click on that key go on here, media, and you can set it to some media function, mute, volume up, volume down, whatever you choose. Then there are macro functions available. Now what a macro function is, I'll explain it later, but basically you can just select any of these here, and you can adjust what each one of these does in the macro tab here. So if I open this, so what a macro function is, it's basically just a sequence that you can create. So say if I open a blank one, right, now I can select any key here. Say if I want it to be G, right, open number 23, press G, and you can add it if you want, or I press T, add that G up. Now this up and down means that the actual push down of the key, and when the key comes back up. Now, and then you can add a delay if you want in between or after them, whatever. At 1000 millisecond delay, it's given here. You can adjust that as well if you want. 1000 is the highest you can set it as, and 100 millisecond delay if you want. And you can also add multiple keys. So if I change this to Y, then after G it will be a Y up, Y down, whatever. You can change the order of these if you want using this here. Delete it, or you can cut a function, paste, copy it. So that's how you use the macro keys. It's basically a string of keys which you can map out, and then go here and then click on any key and then set it as that map by going in the macro functions. So the app is pretty confusing. If you want, you can go over or search on YouTube what macro keys and macro functions like this are. I cannot explain it as well as probably a full dedicated video, because this video is going to be pretty short. And now let's get to the main thing, the colors. So you can adjust the colors here. Unfortunately, the static brightness is still unchangeable. I've tried the firmware update again, and I've tried to change it again and again, but it just won't work. But that's not a huge problem, I guess. It should have been there, obviously, because you can change the brightness for so many of the different lighting effects, but just for the static one you can't, which just doesn't make sense. So you have all the previous effects, you don't get any new effects, unfortunately, but you can adjust them here to however you choose. You can adjust the speed of each effect, adjust the brightness, and also the color here. Now you don't get each and every color in this spectrum, it's just a trick, pretty much. It's just a gimmick. You actually only have these 7 colors available, which is okay, it's fine. No new effects have been added, unfortunately, but we can't do anything about that. So you can also set different profiles. So I was currently in the first profile, set it as that, and if someone else uses this keyboard, they can access a second profile or a third profile that they've set up to the way they like. Here are the effects. Change any effect you want and then switch back to your original profiles. So you can basically have different modes for different people, and there are 4 profiles available here. So that's how you use this app pretty much in a nutshell. It's actually a lot better if you discover this yourself and figure out how to use it. It'll help you a lot more, especially for these macro keys. It's a bit difficult to explain. I've tried my best, but just check out some videos if you don't get it, or just try it. Trying it, I think, is the best way to learn this and how to use this efficiently. It's usually used for video editing or sound editing, whatever. You can set up different macro functions. But yeah, that's how you use the app. Overall, the app is okay. It's better than most. If I bring up the Red Gear app, right, this app is extremely different. It glitches out sometimes. It's a lot more confusing, but this is pretty straightforward. Change the colors here, change the macros here, and adjust the macro settings here. It's a lot better than most apps that are available, but it still does feel cheap. You can't expect the apps that are available with Logitech's keyboards or Razer's mechanical keyboards, because those are a lot more expensive. They come in at around 10,000-12,000, and obviously you will get much better software with that. But yeah, having an app and a software for this it's good. It's better than nothing. That's what I would say. It's a good addition. The brightness still can't be changed, unfortunately, but what can you do about that? It's fine. So that's it for today's video, just about this app. That's it for today, for right now at least. I will be launching the full review probably within a few hours of launching this video. It'll be a lot more detailed and in-depth. It'll discuss everything about this keyboard. And hopefully in the future I do have another keyboard that I have to publish an unboxing and a review of. It's also a 10 keyless keyboard, but it's a membrane keyboard rather than a mechanical one. So this mechanical keyboard is around 2000, but the other one comes in at around 1000. So stay tuned for that video. I will be doing a review of that, and I will also be doing a review for my mouse that I've just bought. I've used this for a couple of weeks. I mean, I got it the same day I got this keyboard. Had it for a week or so. It's pretty good. It's the Redgear 820. I will be doing a review for that as well. So stay tuned for future videos. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.